Well, hey, good morning, everybody. It's a little past 10, and I just got off the train here in En Route. I'm going to go up and look around. I believe it's Soi 54, up a ways to the right on the backside of the Lotus Shopping Center. So let's go take a look at En Route on this Sunday morning. I really like this En Route area. That's my former building right there, the Knights Bridge on Sukhumvit Soi 77. It has a big C almost at the base, and then this Lotus over here, plus right over here, yeah, kinda, in that building is a Tops, McDonald's, a Subway, a bunch of great Thai food options. It's called the Century Movie Plaza building, so it has a 4-screen, I believe, movie theater up on the top floor. And just on the other side of En Route BTS is Soi 50. You'll find the Lotus Shopping Center, another McDonald's, huge food court. Of course, the Lotus is a large grocery store. You can also buy everything from a TV to electronics. And this is looking down Sukhumvit. Very little traffic coming into the city on this Sunday morning. And that's the corner on the odd side of Soi 81. Soi 77, 81, all up the way. You can see it's just condos. Very close to En Route BTS and the different grocery stores. Just makes this area very, very popular with expats and Thais alike. Over on the even side, that's Soi 52. 24-hour Burger King within feet of the Lotus Shopping Center. Lotus, Big C. Most of the large stores around town are going to close at 10 p.m. There's a couple of 24-hour options. Via Market, Tops up in Prompong, and Foodland up in the Nana. It's 24 hours, but for the most part, 10 p.m., 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. So don't head to the grocery store at 8:30 in the morning. Not that I'm awake. And just on the other side, that's Soi 50. You'll find Cheap Charlie's, great little watering hole, plus a ton of condos going down Soi 50. En Route, it's always been a super, super popular area for good reason. And on the side of the Lotus, they've had this night market. It used to be, when I lived up here a little over a year ago, it was, I want to say Thursday, Friday, Saturday, but I think it's going every day of the week now. There'll be a couple stands open in the day. I see maybe 5 out of 100 stands. It's definitely a night market. Now, I did a couple of videos. You can search my channel search bar for Sukhumvit Soi 52. I know I did at least 2 on these low-rise buildings right behind the Lotus. A very short walk to the BTS and a nice place to live. So check that area out. But we're gonna walk not even 5 minutes up the street and see what Soi 54 has to offer. And in the Burger King parking lot, there's a half-dozen little permanent stands here. I see coffee, mostly Thai food, but it's all gonna come at an affordable price. I think I mentioned there's a nice food court in the Lotus Shopping Center, so plenty of cheap eats up in this area. Close to the top of 54 is a Caterpillar dealership. Or I guess it's called Caterpillar. I might have said Caterpillar. It's getting a little hot out here. Usually I get an earlier start than 10 in the morning. This is the start of the day. It was kind of a long night. And here we are, top of 54. There's a Jets 24-hour fitness gym. And this is popular with expats, the Santa Monica Diner. I'm not sure. There might be a second location in one of the malls, but I know this branch up here in En Route, super popular. You can get takeout on Grab, or I assume Food Panda. I'm a Grab guy. I eat a ton of Thai food, but I'm from the US, so I like a good burger or some of the different expat options. You're gonna pay a little more, but it's okay once in a while. That is how the rich people travel around. There's no limousines on these tight streets of Bangkok. They're tricked out, leather-seated minivans. Let's take a peek. So we got this mall here. There's also an Amway I was up, where was I? Way down the line in Samut Prakan, and I saw the huge Amway warehouse, and that sure looked like the Amway display that you'll see on Amway products around the world, so I'm assuming it's the same company. Let me get up on this big sidewalk. But yeah, in here there's also a pizza company. It's okay, kind of like a Pizza Hut. And what else is in here? Maybe I'll take a quick peek to this little 2-story mall. I see a dental office. Some kind of 3-story government building on the other side. Here's a Flash Coffee. A nice size 7-Eleven, and don't discount these 7-Elevens. They are a nice thing to have right near the condo. For one thing, they're open 24 hours, and you can get milk and eggs, and you can get many things in 7-Eleven for the exact same price as the grocery store. I know in the United States, everything's kind of double the price in 7-Eleven for convenience sake. Over here, if a soda is 16 baht in the grocery store, it's 16 baht in 7-Eleven. The same with shampoo and beer. Yeah, it's the same price. Lotus, Big C, oftentimes they'll have big, huge containers and a 2-for-1 on sale. But the regular price, it's the same here. Now here's a co-working space. If you're about the co-working spaces, just pick a condo that has a nice space. That Knightsbridge, it had a beautiful co-working space up on the, whatever it was, 30-something floor. Beautiful view. I think it included Wi-Fi. I never used it, but I walked through it on the way to the pool every day. And here's the Bangkok Needle Home. I assume that's knitting. And up on the second floor here is that Amway, a couple of medical offices. And just getting our boundaries, we are a 5, maybe 6-minute walk, probably less, from BTS. And there's the KS Residence. Kind of looks like a no-frills building, but if you're looking to save some money and you still want the convenience of En Nut, there you go, the KS Residence. You need to pick your spot with these buildings. I realize everybody's on a budget, but you might move into an apartment like this KS. It's probably not going to have a washing machine. I doubt if it has a pool. I'm not sure. I'm just saying it's going to be less frills. And you might be able to, if you can survive living in a smaller condo, a 29 square foot studio, it's probably going to be the same as this KS. But for $100 more a month, you might have a washing machine and a pool in a little bit fancier building. So it's just what you want. Don't, what's the old saying, penny wise and pound foolish. And one final thing in this Santa Monica complex is En Nut Farm. Farm to kitchen. Large business across the way. It says Nationwide. Years ago I had Nationwide home insurance. I'm not sure if it's the same. Probably not. And I've walked by this building many times. I'm still not sure. It's called the Phylr, P-H-Y-L-R. I assume it's some type of business. And directly across from that is just a little Thai neighborhood, but I'm going to walk to the end and see where it snakes off. It might dead end there, but I won't know till I check it out. Yeah, it's just a little Thai area back here, so I'm going to get on the main 54. And there's a Nissan March subcompact. It is Sunday morning, so many of these businesses are closed. I know there's a pizza place up here. I never knew where my pizza was coming from. I ordered it on Grab when I lived over there on 77. It was delicious. You want to pick your spots. I'm not saying order a bunch of McDonald's, but you don't want to accidentally order from McDonald's 5 kilometers away. They'll deliver it to you, but by the time the food gets to you, the fries, it's all kind of soggy when you could have had it in less than a 5-minute delivery time. So use the Translate app. Do what you have to do to figure out on Grab that you're ordering from the closest branch. You really have to be careful when you try to get tricky and you order something from a bar or restaurant, mainly a bar, okay, on the way home, and you want it sent to the condo. It's just going to automatically pick the nearest place to where you're ordering from, if that makes sense. So you then have to change the location to the branch near your home. Now here's the tree on Nut Station. It says rent start from 12,000 baht. And it's an ideal location. I mean, you're less than 10 minutes to BTS on Nut. I mean, I know a lot of people head on down the track, but I don't know if I would live all the way out in, say, Bering for 11,000 baht when you can live here, assuming everything else is the same, for 12,000 baht. That's less than $30 more a month for a little bit closer convenience, but those are all personal decisions. And that's assuming you were to get an 11,000 baht place up in Bering. Maybe you can get an 8,000 baht place. So it's all your decision on how far out of town you'd like to be. I see a young lady in a bathing suit, so there's a pool right there. These trees, they're all over Bangkok, even in this area. I know there's another 2 tree buildings, maybe 3, over in the Soi 52 area. So don't be confused if you're looking up the tree. There's 3 different buildings that I know of within half a square mile here. And to show you how close we are, there's the tree. I'm trying to pan a little slower. I was watching some of my pans on old videos and it was kind of giving me a headache. And there's the BTS tracks. So if you go down to Sukhumvit, take a left, and not even a 4-minute walk, you're at the Lotus. And that must be the pizza shop I'm remembering, Bella's Pizzeria. And here's a little motorbike repair. And to be quite honest, I'm going to walk just a little bit ways more down 54. But I've been down this street. I think I've walked 2 miles down this street. It eventually, if I remember, could be wrong, connects down towards Rama 4. But there's just not a whole lot back there, large building-wise. Maybe you can find some smaller one-off apartments, but it gets pretty residential. And there's just no need to be a 20-minute walk to the BTS when this tree building or any of the other buildings that are within feet of the on Nut BTS, they're going to be the exact same price. And very close to the tree, here's another super authentic Thai restaurant. Probably opens in the evening. Sidewalk's getting a little tight as we head down the way. That's another consideration when you're deciding where to live. There are some beautiful homes tucked away behind some of these gates. Now you can see the tree building sticking up there, and I'm seeing different ads for this artery. I'm not sure if it's homes or apartments. And let's take a look down there. We're still on Soi 54, I guess Soi 54/2. And again, down the way, from what I remember, it's a little bit more just residential. But I'm interested in this new artery, Thong La Sukhumvit. So I just talked to the salesman, and he says these are homes back here. In Thong La, they're condos, but we're in on Nut. So I guess he's hustling down to work. Maybe I'll still walk down there just because I've never been on this street. But yeah, I'm not looking into renting a home. Looks like another little restaurant tucked away. We're still a 10-minute walk, if that. It's on Nut. And that's another nice compound. There's a lot of money in Bangkok. Well, it's like many cities in the world. You can spend as little as you'd like or as much as you'd like. But at the high end, it's no joke. Some beautiful, beautiful homes. And just some more private houses down the way, but this artery, it's down here somewhere. So I'm just out for a walk. Let's check it out. It's a pretty nice looking neighborhood. Another really nice house. And it looks like a little office complex, but this could just have easily been a little 3-story apartment tucked away. So you need to just get out here, boots on the ground. If you have a reason to live up here in on Nut, or this is where you want to go, yeah, just get up here and take your time, wander around. You'll find all kinds of little interesting things that aren't going to be online. Now we are getting a little tucked in back here. You can always tell when there's a motorbike stand, when it's guys hanging out waiting to rush you to the BTS for, well, that's another thing. I always paid 20 baht, and I'm starting to learn I've probably been paying too much. Not that the difference between 10 or 20 baht is gonna kill me, but I oftentimes will, on my street, hand the guy a 20 baht and he'll just zoom me to the BTS. And yeah, you know, maybe if I paid at the end of the ride, he would have handed me back change, but I don't really care. Just one time in, I've lived there 9 months. Yesterday, the guy pulled out 10 baht, and I said, no, just keep that. And he goes, no, you're halfway down the street. It's 10 baht. It's 20 baht from the BTS area all the way down to the Lotus, and that's on Soi 26. So just for example, I've lived there almost 9 months, and I'm just figuring out I've probably paid twice as much for the motorbike than I had to, but I don't really feel too bad in paying 20 baht, whatever that is, 70 cents. I mean, these guys are working hard. I know it's a little controversial, but somebody who's making $400 a month, they need to spend the 10 baht, not really me. So here it is, the artery, Thongla-Sukhumvit. And again, the Thongla, I think, is more condos. These appear to be beautiful townhomes. Hey, and don't get me wrong, if the price is 10 baht, pay 10 baht. I just felt a little bit stupid that maybe I was paying the 20 baht all that time. But yeah, I just don't feel that bad about it. But I'm not here to spend other people's money. If the price is 10 baht, it's up to you if you want to pay 15 or 20 baht. All right, I'm not sure if this is going to dead end. It would be nice if it made a left turn and got me back onto the main Soi 54. This is also Soi 54. You'll have to get used to the street kind of spider webbing in 3 different directions. Yeah, it looks like it's going to dead end right here. I kind of feel like giving this guy a little cash and zipping me back over to 54, but I'm going to get my exercise and walking in today. And I don't mean to get into a big discussion on paying extra or over tipping or any of these things. I'm just super grateful on how much money I'm saving living over here in Bangkok. And just personally, I don't mind when my bill is 220 baht, just leaving 300 baht, or maybe sometimes I'll get crazy and even tip a little bit more. These people are working very, very hard, and half the time, many of the places I'm hanging out, they would never sit there and have a meal and a couple of beers. It's just probably a day's pay. Good morning. Swadee. So personally, I don't want to say spread the wealth, but yeah, it's really no skin off my nose to leave an extra $2.20 tip on a nice evening's meal. Compared to many of the fast food places now in California that basically pull a burger off the rack and throw it in a bag and hand it to you, and turn that little screen around demanding a 17 or 22% tip. I mean, I almost feel good in leaving a little extra over here for somebody that's offering me some nice service. Now we're popping back onto the quote-unquote main Sukhumvit Soi 54, but that just gives you an idea of a nice little community, still right in the middle of Bangkok, but you just get a block or two off of Sukhumvit and things get they get a lot quieter. I'm sure this artery project, if that's how you say it, artery, I'm sure it's going to come at a high cost. It's all about brand new over here in Bangkok. I mean, even the buildings. When a building is less than 10 years old, it's just highly sought after. And then after 10 years or 15, it's just an old building. That's a little silly. I mean, in California anyhow, back in the day when I lived in apartments, I don't think a single one of them was not built in the 50s or 60s. But over here, it's just about how new is the building, how fancy and high society is the building. And here's a little place called Tiny Tree Plant Store right next to a security business. And we're just going to walk maybe another 5 minutes. I don't think there's any sense in walking another mile down this street. I did it in the past, and I didn't find anything until you got way down to the end, and that's certainly too far to walk from the BTS. And I'm not sure if this is a restaurant. It says Hypothesis. Yeah, I think it's closed up. It's a sharp-looking little building. And here's a very Thai traditional hardware store. Here's a coffee place called Grinded, and I think that's about it. I think we're gonna call this Sukhumvit Soi 54 view. I appreciate you watching, and there'll be more videos to come. You have a great morning.